At long last, NFL training camps are finally here, or at least on the verge of being here. Some rookies have reported everyone will have their camps going by this time next week. If you are excited about football finally being back like we are here at Chat Sports, then like today's video right now. With training camps underway, or at least starting to get underway, we're breaking down the top 20 NFL free agents who are still available before training camp gets going. We're going to go from number 1 to number 20 with, of course, DeAndre Hopkins no longer available, signing with the Tennessee Titans. At number 1, it is Dalvin Cook, which maybe shouldn't be a huge surprise given the just general lack of, frankly, really good options out there at the moment. As you'll see, the list gets pretty thin pretty quickly here. Cook is still a good player. I would not rank him in the top 10 running backs. I think we have seen some signs of decline, 5.1 yards per carry, 4.7, 4.4. But we do know there are offers, plural, out to Dalvin Cook. The Dolphins, I think the Patriots have made an offer as well. Other teams linked like the Jets, the Broncos, etc. So somebody will sign him, probably in the not-too-distant future. Who do you think it ends up being? Who will sign Dalvin Cook? Get those comments, predictions, I should say, in the comments section right now. Next up, Yannick Ngakoue, who I think is a really solid football player when you're asking him to do the right thing. He is not a good run stopper, but if you need a pass rusher, Chicago, if you need a guy that can get you about 8 sacks, which is still valuable, Ngakoue is a really good option there. I'm a bit surprised he's unsigned. He should sign soon and make a pretty good impact. Dalton Risner, next up here. It's tough to find good offensive linemen, and I know Risner struggled last year, and there have been claims, whispers, whatever we want to say, that the rest of the NFL doesn't think he has much left in the tank. Okay. I mean, I'm looking at other offensive linemen out there getting chances. Bit confused. Risner remains unsigned. Maybe he kind of falls out of the NFL quickly here, but I would be surprised here if he can't start somewhere still in the NFL, despite a down year like all of Denver had. Marcus Peters, this is kind of where we get into these guys are pretty clearly on the decline. Peters is not what he was in that peak ball hawking form earlier on in his career, but a team like the Raiders really stands out because they need cornerback help. Hell, a team like Denver could even be a fun fit for Marcus Peters. So I think Peters should still get a shot. It just might be 1 or 2 more years left in the tank. Jadeveon Clowney. There's been a long track record of us doing these top free agent videos and us getting to around training camp, and oh, look, Clowney's still unsigned. Little bit different this time. I don't know how many teams have real interest in Clowney. He's still a good run stopper. He can get you pressures. He's never going to be an elite sack finisher. But Clowney burnt some bridges with the way he ended his time in Cleveland, throwing a hissy fit, claiming the Browns just trying to get sacks for Myles Garrett, not trying to win games, where they're just putting the matchups in favor of their best defensive player. Kind of dumb to argue otherwise from Clowney's perspective. I think that did not go over well across the NFL. Someone will sign him, but the market's not what it was at his peak. A 2-part ask on today's pinned comment, so make sure you all get it done today. I want you to shout out your favorite team and name a player who you want them to sign in free agency. So a bit of a complicated ask, I know, but get those answers in at the pinned comment. I'll buy you some time. If the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it, head down there, and go vote. Number 6, John Johnson, who, if your team is running the ever-so-popular Vic Fangio-style defense or has elements of the Fangio-style defense, I think he can help you. I wasn't surprised the Browns cut him. I'm kind of surprised he's still available. I think he's one of the more underrated free agents left unsigned. Time now for the running back portion of today's show. We'll discuss, to begin, Ezekiel Elliott, who he doesn't have the same juice he once had. He could still be good in short yardage. He can still block for you, but he does not have the big plays he had at the beginning of his career. Kareem Hunt, meanwhile, saw a significant decline last year, and it wasn't just, it was mostly him. Nick Chubb had a fantastic season still. Hunt's numbers dipped. There is still some third down catching value there. And Fournette numbers, Leonard Fournette, who's number 9 on our list, His numbers also kind of regressed and dipped and raised some red flags there. Fournette did not have the same level of impact. All three of these guys are not what they were at their very best. And in a down running back market, they're not going to get paid very much, and they might have to wait to see what Dalvin Cook does. Maybe the Patriots sign Fournette instead, since they did work him out and Darrell Henderson out, but we'll wait and see on that front. The efficiency's not very good. That is concerning in the modern-day NFL, but are they one of the best 90 backs in the NFL, or maybe even top 100 since some teams carry 4? Yeah, I still think so. If you had to pick one of these three dudes to sign, who would it be? EE for Ezekiel Elliott, KH for Kareem Hunt, LF for Leonard Fournette. Get those votes in for me in the comments. A quarterback, not Carson Wentz. Teddy Bridgewater, I still think can be a backup. That I think is what he's going to be the rest of his NFL career. I think he can be solid in that area. Not premier, but I've seen some other backups out there and go, yeah, Bridgewater's better. He should get signed at some point. Melvin Ingram, and he fits another similar player we'll get to here of still a good pass rusher, but he's aging, and you keep thinking this is the last year he can contribute. Some corners we'll get to here, beginning with Ronald Darby, who I still think can help out. I still think he can be a nice, fourth option at this stage in his career. He's not 30 yet, but his playing time did dip last year for Denver, who played him a little bit more in 2021. The interception numbers, by the way, have dropped as well. Make sure you guys don't miss out on any NFL news or rumors by making sure you are subscribed. We've got free videos for you every single day, normally multiple times per day. Hit that sub button right now. Ben Jones, I will make note you're seeing their last team as the background photo there in color scheme, because otherwise it's just boring NFL logos. Ben Jones not brought back by Tennessee, had some injury stuff, is aging. I'm not sure how many more years, if any, he's got left in the tank. Justin Houston is in the exact same category as Melvin Ingram. Flip your coin, pick whichever one you want. Aging pass rusher who can still help, but NFL teams are ageist. Taylor Lewan, I don't know if he's healthy. He's missed a lot of time in recent years. He's coming off another knee injury. That should raise some significant red flags. I think it's a big reason why he is still unsigned at this point. And at his age, you don't normally see players flip sides on the offensive line. We've seen other notable linemen. The Mitchell Schwartz had missed time with injury. Russell Okung just kind of faded out of the NFL. Maybe Lewan's in a similar bucket. 10 more names to get to here. Excuse me, 5 more names because I can't do math. Yay me. Who is the best NFL free agent left unsigned? Get those answers in for me, opinions in the comment section. Bryce Callahan fits a very similar mold as Ronald Darby of, I think he can still help. I liked what I saw at the beginning of his career, but the play has kind of begun to fall off. I waffled between Cam Fleming and Shelby Harris here. This is a good range for Shelby Harris as well, but offensive line play is really tough to find. Cam Fleming can be a nice swing tackle for you, and I think Harris's play is going to decline a little bit more. And, I wanted to have receivers at the back end because that's more fun, right? Julio Jones is number 18. Kenny Golladay is number 19. And number 20, Jarvis Landry. We'll discuss these three guys as a grouping because they all fit in the same category. Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you, it's a mid-off. These three players are not very good anymore. Kenny Golladay was a disastrous signing for the Giants. Injuries have really sapped his game. Julio Jones is just aging. He's old now. His production has fell off a cliff. Not even as bad as Jarvis Landry's production has plummeted. I don't know if these guys are going to play anymore in the NFL. I just don't know if they can contribute in the way that they were once able to do so. So pick a wide receiver to sign for me. Yeah, you have to pick one. JJ for Julio Jones, KG for Kenny Golladay, or JL for Jarvis Landry. Of those three, got to pick one. Who is it? I would go with Julio, but that's kind of by process of elimination more than anything. One more bonus player. Yeah, we're not doing 20. We're doing 21. Isaiah Rodgers. Now, he's not going to sign because he can't play this year. And my suspicion is that the NFL has maybe whispered, "Hey, don't sign this guy." The Colts cut him after Rodgers was suspended for the entire season for betting on NFL games. But he was a promising player before he was cut and suspended. So maybe a team gets aggressive and stashes him for a year, kind of like the Jawan James situation a few seasons ago. He'll get a chance again, but I just wanted to make note of him because if he were just normally available, he'd probably be pushing that top 5, but he is suspended for this entire season.